And welcome. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood with the 4th edition of the Snow Conditions Report. And if you recall last week, I was mentioning we had a pretty good chance of being, or at least ending up on the warm side of a storm system. Unfortunately, that is playing out, and this storm is certainly going to give a good soaking rain throughout much of lower Michigan, essentially wiping out any kind of snow out there across the lower part of the state. And even the central and eastern UP should see some snow out of this. But look at the tail end of it. Finally, some snow developing by the tail end of Friday. And I'm not expecting a lot of snow this weekend, but I think from here on out, we are going to change the pattern to a colder pattern. Look what we've had to endure for you snow lovers out there. The past month, actually over a month, temperatures have been at or above average, running around here in the Grand Rapids area, about 2.3 degrees above average so far in December. Of course, that has a direct correlation of the lack of snow around here. Currently, to date, 2.4 inches. Puts us at number 4 spot for the least amount of snow in December. But looks to me January certainly will be a snowier month, which is pretty easy to say. Snow cover across the state, 60%. We're going to wipe out a lot of this with that wet, at least the rain moving through. Up to the UP, still some snow out there, and only a 2-inch snow depth on average throughout the state. And really all of that is essentially up to the north across the UP. So here's the snowfall forecast taking us right through the weekend. A lot of it is with the storm system that's moving through, especially from Marquette westward, where they could see 6 to 12 inches of snow with a little bit of lake effect as well later in the weekend. Up around the Keweenaw Peninsula up there, we're looking at possibly Marquette around the 3 to 6 inch snowfall totals, and some lake effect could kick in as well, especially on the backside of that system moving through, maybe 1 to 3 inches around US 10, but no appreciable decent amount of snow across lower Michigan. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer here in the southwest lower Michigan. Okay, temperatures, if you're out skiing this weekend for Saturday, it looks like temperatures, especially if you're heading to the north, will be generally in the 20s, even some teens out there across the UP. So that's a sign of some colder air. But there's not a lot of moisture with it, so I don't anticipate a lot of lake effect. High temperatures on Sunday, a little milder. I should say less cold, but keep in mind, it looks like there's going to be a fairly strong southwest wind, so the wind chill temperatures will be about 10 degrees colder than the actual highs. Temperature trend, here we go, downward, and this is good news for us snow lovers out there. We're looking at temperatures likely the coldest that we've seen so far for the season. That high of 25 certainly would do the trick. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook has temperatures either at or below average from the Great Lakes eastward, and that in itself is a big change considering just how mild December has been. And you could see in terms of the pattern, it doesn't look like a very wet pattern, so no big storm systems heading our way as it looks right now during that time frame. But with those colder temperatures, we certainly could kick in some lake effect. The GFS forecast model for the next 10 days has some of that lake effect, especially in northwest lower Michigan, represented, and also across the UP. The European model during the same time doesn't pick up on the lake effect snow quite as good. Notice that both models don't really give southwest lower Michigan much snow at all in the course of the next 10 days. So it looks like I think this forecast model is a little underdone than the European is. So the good news is we're starting to build some of that lake effect snow in some of those lake effect belt areas. Pushing forward a little bit, here's kind of the medium range outlook, January 6th through the 10th, and you can see cold finally taking hold across much of the eastern half of the United States, including the Great Lakes, and that means more lake effect snow. So good news there. This is through January 24th, kind of the 1 month outlook for snow, and kind of has us straddled Michigan, straddled with one storm off to the northwest of us, another storm with some snow off to the southeast of us. It'd be nice if this kind of combined. So we'll see. It certainly has a lake effect represented across the UP and northwest lower Michigan. So again, in a nutshell, we are going to turn the corner towards colder conditions. More snow will be heading our way. It's just going to take a while before it arrives here across southwest lower Michigan. Just got to be patient and think snow.